Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Tat Sat. Welcome to everybody. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmayi Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. A very warm welcome to all of you on this Sunday evening, which is a most auspicious day. Not only is it Sunday when everybody is free, it's also the holy Kartik Mass, the 1 month out of the 12 months which are highly glorified in the entire scriptures. And that 1 month when Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavana has celebrated, we just went through Govardhana Puja, and we are celebrating every day by lighting lamp for Damodara. Damodara Ashtakam is being sung every day, and lamps are being lit. And I just returned today from worshipping our Mother Ganga Saraswati from our Goshala. After worshipping the cow, feeding bananas and sweet rice, chakra pongal, and doing arati for the cow, and going around the cow, and there's a whole lot of devotees doing kirtan, bhajan. Today is Gopastami. Gopa Ashtami. Today is a very special day. So we're going to speak a few words on it. I'm going to choose something from the Bhagavad Gita today, because I know all of you want to go through the regular process of reading some of the shlokas. But I was looking for a shloka that has got something to do with a cow, and I found one, but it doesn't have a purport. But nevertheless, I thought that it's very, very important. I didn't have time to actually look for something that would give directly, but we will anyway read that, and we will chant that, because today is Gopashtami. The one and only verse from which I could get immediately in my hands on. Go to chapter 18, text 44. Chapter 18, text 44. kṛṣi-go-rakṣya-vāṇijyaṁ vaiśya-karma svabhāva-jam paricaryātmakaṁ karma śūdrasyāpi svabhāva-jam. So the translation is just about farming, cow protection, and business are the natural work for the vaiśyas. And for the śūdras, there is labor and service to others. Thus end the translation. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, this is a description of the duties in the Varnashrama, of the duties of the Varnas, that is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. There are 4 Varnas. There are also 4 Ashramas: Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi. Right? So the 4 Ashramas are something to do with your spiritual life and your progress. You start as a Brahmachari, as a student. Then you may get married and apply the principles that you have learned in your student life as a Brahmachari. You have wife, children, everything. And you lead a very responsible life worshipping Krishna. And then after your children have grown up, you leave household life and become a vanaprasthi. You're towards the forest, Sometimes the wife accompanies you, and after some time she drops off. And then you go ahead towards sannyasa, completely dedicating yourself to the service of the Lord. This is the spiritual four ashramas. Everybody should go through these ashramas, normally speaking, in a cultured human civilization. But since we don't live in one, we are trying to do our best through the International Society for Krishna Consciousness and some amount of other cultural effects. Then there is the four Varnas. Krishna is saying, Chatur Varnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. I created the four Varnas. Chatur Varnyam Maya Srishtam. Srishti, creation, I did it. Chatur Varnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. And how did I do it? On the basis of guna and karma. Gunas means the three gunas, sattvam, rajas, tamam. Sattva, rajas, tamas. Goodness, passion, and ignorance, according to the proportion of it and effect that people have, and their previous karma, according to that, these four varnas are created. In other words, those who are brahmanas are predominantly in sattvika guna. They are very knowledgeable, they are well read, and they are advisors to the government, to the king, to people, and they help and advise the Kshatriyas to rule the kingdom. Then there is the Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas are passion and, predominantly passionate, let's say. And they are action oriented, they are hunters, they are warriors, they are like policemen, they keep discipline in society, they catch hold of people who are criminals, and they keep peace, they protect the people against invaders. Generally, they give protection to everybody. And they are Kshatriyas. They have to be passionate to wage war, to fight, to kill, and to be authoritative, Ishvara Bhava, all that. Kshatriyas are very important, administrators, rulers, leaders, all of them. The Brahmanas are very sophisticated, they're brain people. And the Kshatriyas depend on them for all advice. So after the Brahmanas come the Kshatriyas. Then Kshatriyas, below them come the vaiśyas, mercantile men, men who trade and make money. This verse is about them. What is their duty? Kṛṣi-go-rakṣya-vāṇijyaṁ. Go-rakṣya-vāṇijyaṁ means, go-raksha means protecting the cow. Vāṇijyaṁ means trading. Kṛṣi means agriculture. Agriculture, protecting the cow, and trading is the business of the Vaishya. Vaiśya-karma, svabhāva-jam. His svabhāva is like that. śūdrasyāpi, like we read for Shudra, what is the duty? śūdrasyāpi svabhāva-jam. What is paricaryātmakaṁ karma? That is, there is labor and service to others is the duty of a Shudra. So they will naturally do this according to their guna and karma. Whether you call them SC, ST, or you call them high class, low class, FCC, whatever you want to call them. In occupation, you'll see invariably they will gravitate towards doing these things. So particularly about the Vaishya, the Brahmins give advice to the Kshatriya, the Kshatriyas guide the Vaiśyas, what to do, what not to do. And the Vaiśyas are charged with protecting the animals, especially the cow. Brahmanas protect the Kshatriya, Kshatriyas protect the Vaiśyas, and Vaiśyas protect the śūdras and animals. And especially out of the animals, they are given specific charge. kṛṣi-go-rakṣya, protect the cow. Krishna belonged to, it was a community of farmers and cow herders. Their main business was agriculture. Kṛṣi-go-rakṣya. Why is it mentioned in Bhagavad Gita like this? Actually, trade means products of the field and of the cow. In this only you trade. Gavena dhanavan, dhanyena dhanavan. Dhanavan means one who is rich. And really speaking, one who has grains is rich, one who has cows is rich. And these are not something that's very difficult to get because ground is everywhere and you can cultivate and you can get grains. You just need to do some labor. You hire the śūdras, do some labor, give them what they need, and then you get grains. You keep the cows, protect the cows, you get milk. And you get so much milk. And you don't really keep the cows for milk, but you use the milk. And if somebody wants, you give the milk. Mostly the Brahmins will want the milk because they will do yajna, they'll make ghee out of it, and all that they'll provide. So Krishna belonged to a cowherd community, a community of vaiśyas. And Nanda Maharaj, who was the head of that community in that village, he was the father of Krishna. He had 9 lakh cows. Not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20,000, 10,000, 20,000, 1 lakh, but 9 lakh cows. And this is not just a joke thing, because we were wondering 9 lakh cows, but those days it was like a common thing for a king to have. He's the king of the whole community. And he was rearing the cows and get unlimited milk, and he was trading in all these milk products, and with grains he was doing farming, and there were all other friends of his also joined in. Everybody was living like a huge family, everybody looking after each other. No competition and no trade and no one guy trying to get over the other. No. And no such competitive thoughts, selfish thoughts, envious, jealous thoughts, nothing. There was so much plenty that whatever you need, you take. And they would say, no, I don't need much. I don't need. You keep it. I mean, you give it to others. That they were so broad-minded. They were not hoarding all the things together. You can go to anybody's house and eat. You can go to anybody's house and get a glass of milk instantly. Everything is available in plenty everywhere. So nobody is, fighting for job, money, food, shelter, and all that. Everybody had everything in plenty because they were keeping God in the center. And this was the model previously. Small communities of people doing cows, having cows and cultivating the land and having a temple somewhere and hearing Ramayana, Mahabharata, doing kirtan, bhajan, and carrying out simple activities and having very rich relationships with each other. Life inside was very rich and outside it was very simple. Just cows and fields and crops and fruits and berries and nice things to eat, and everybody's socially very active. Everybody goes to the temple every day. Every day they have kirtan, bhajan, and they have hearing of Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad, pastimes of Krishna, and they say Krishna beautifully decorated. Everybody does seva for the thing. They go back to their house. They sleep very early, 7:30, 8 o'clock. They get up very early, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and they do all their spiritual activities and go to the temple, everything, and finish all their japa, this, everything. When the sun is rising, they're gone to the fields. They do whatever is required by 10 o'clock. By the time the sun becomes strong, they're back and they spend time in their family. They eat a lunch, they take a little rest, and they do all the cleaning, everything, go to the field again by 4 o'clock, come back by 6 o'clock, take a wash bath, go to the temple, hear Ramayana, Mahabharata, do kirtan, bhajan, spend about 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 7:30, they're back, they take a light dinner, 8 o'clock, they're gone to sleep. They're gone to sleep. Simple life, very happy life, very rich life, always thinking of Krishna and everything. This is a high, rich, God-conscious life. And in Vrindavan, where Nanda Maharaj was there, Krishna himself was there. He appeared in that community. And he was asked to, because he was a cowherd community person, he was trained to rear the cows. So initially he was not given cow. He was given all the calves. So small boys can handle only the calves, So the calves, they grow a little bit. After they become a little too big, then they are taken into another domain. But all these young boys, till they were 5 years old, they would only get the calves to take for rearing. They'll go here and there, play around and come to the forest, here, there, and come back. Today is Gopastami. Gopastami is the day when Krishna became into the 6th year of his life. That is his He graduated from the Kaumara Pauganda. Pauganda means 6 to 10 years old. Kaumara means 0 to 5 years old. And then Kashora means from then on 11 years old onwards, like an adolescent and teenager, everything. So Kaumara age is when Krishna did the butter stealing pastimes. He was stealing butter. And when he actually stole butter and got tied by his mother on his waist, he was 3 years and 4 months old. He was very mischievous even then. When he was 7 years old, he lifted the Govardhana hill on his pinky little finger. But before that, he graduated and became 6 years, finished the 5 years and was climbing into the 6th year. That is the time when he was given graduation. Okay, now that you have become 6 years, finished 5 years old, you have finished 5 years, you graduate into taking the cows for rearing. So that day when he graduated is called Gopastami, dedicated to cow worship. Because Krishna is Govinda, Gopala, the protector of the cows. So there's a big ceremony that happened in Vrindavan at that time. Everybody was excited. All the cows were decorated. They all got horns with special plating, gold hoofs. Then they got silk cloth, they got garlands. And all of the cows were treated with such love and care. This is a very important thing. Nowadays in modern society, we don't know. We disrespect animals so much, especially the cow. I remember that in my college days, I was shown a video wherein Britishers are telling, in India, they do the stupid thing of worshipping a cow. And then they suffer poverty. And there are so many hungry people. And they worship the cow. Why don't they cut it up and eat it? There'll be no poverty. There are cows all over, in the streets and everywhere, and they don't do anything to it. It just hangs around here and there, and they worship it. They just cannot understand. Why don't they eat the cow? It's food. So that horrible civilization of killing the most sattvic, most productive animal, which is so nice, which has got such feelings for the human being, and which gives milk to you, which is so highly nourishing, and which is, very dear to Krishna. Very dear to Krishna, right? That's why he's called Gopala, Govinda. Go means cow. That is being slaughtered. And this is a Western civilization method. In India, they never did this before. The first cow slaughter place was set up by Robert Clive, the first slaughterhouse in India during the British times, to introduce this against the Hindus' understanding. The Muslims also joined it, and Christians joined it, and all sorts of things happened. Since then, it's become a very normal thing. Even amongst Hindus, many of them eat cow meat, which is very horrible and very sinful. Unfortunately, that's the way even India is, where Krishna was, taken his, appeared here and spoke the Bhagavad Gita. And this verse, Go-rakṣya, protecting the cow is the order of the day. It's the duty of the human being. But real civilization, if you don't protect the cow, if you harm the cow, you get horrible reactions. Most of the mass terrorism, mass killings of people, accidents, tsunamis, drought, fires, rains, everything is because of cow killing. It's very horrible, sinful activity. People don't understand it because they don't have this culture of the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavad and everything. Because the cow is very dear to the Lord. And the cow is like the embassy for so many demigods. They all have built their embassy inside the cow. On the horns, you have the two Kumaras, Ashwini Kumaras. You have Brahma, Shiva, In the mouth, you have Lakshmi. In the cow dung, it seems Lakshmi came very late for shelter. And there's a whole story in the Puranas. She came late to the Goshala and she said, to the cow, Surabhi and everybody else, she said, I came very late, but please give me a place. And they said, it's all houseful, it's no place for you. Then he said, you don't know, I am Lakshmi actually. I am Narayana's spouse. I am Lakshmi. I am very important. I bring auspiciousness to everybody. By me staying with you, will be auspicious. And he started convincing so many things. And the cows all heard and said, that's okay, we have heard you, but we don't have space for you. No, but I told you so. No, it's okay. It's okay. We don't have any special place to sing for you. Then she started crying. She said, you don't know whom you're talking to. I am Lakshmi. It's okay. We know that. We know that. But you know what to do. So then she started crying. Everybody else has got a place. I came late. And then she started crying. And then she was so sobbing. And then they discussed and they said, okay, you can take place in the cow dung. Because cow urine is already Ganges. Gangamai is already there in the urine. You can take place in the cow dung. And actually, Lakshmi became situated in the cow dung. That's why even today, in every house in the Hindus' place, you will see that outside they'll put cow dung water and wash the place. Highly auspicious. Antiseptic and everything, other things they have found out in chemistry and other stuff naturally. Everything about the cow is very useful. So in this way, Lakshmi came to remain in the cow dung. And she happily accepted that. So the cow is an embassy of all the great, powerful rulers of the cosmos. Everybody is situated. I was told by a Goshala expert from our temple in Mayapur and other places, we have cow ministry in ISKCON, and we have Goshalas all, and we are closely monitoring the cows. We have a census of all the cows which are with us. We have their names, we have their pictures, and we carefully care for the cows. We have a whole ministry, worldwide ministry. So I visited Goshalas even in London. They have very huge cows, in their Goshala they have inside the temple 80 acres of land and they have cows. So many places Prabhupada encouraged that please encourage cow protection and show love to the cows, and the cows will give you milk and give you so many one. And simply keeping the cow is so auspicious. When we are constructing the temple right now, we are constructing a temple in Coimbatore here. And then they said the vastu of the place has to be corrected like this. Oh, the building design is like this to be corrected. And that, this and all that. But finally, one Russian devotee who we are building the big temple in Mayapur, he told us that he did a lot of study. He was a Vastu man. He came to India and he studied so many scriptures and everything and extracted everything for Vastu, information about the temple. And then he gave out that all the Vastu problems can be solved if there's a cow and a calf kept there. Everything will be solved. All the intricate, aberrations will be solved. And then another architect whom we have here said, yeah, if you can keep a cow and a calf, you don't have to look at Vastu at all. It was very amazing, our own experience, that before he came and checked with a special instrument and all, said, Maharaj, the Vastu needs to be corrected. You need to put this yantra here. You need to cut this off. You need to put a pit here. You need to burn some fire here. So I said, we're not doing all these things. We're just... then he came up, and after I put the cow and I started the Goshala here, we started worshipping the cow every Sunday, and every day there's Go Puja. And I go every time in the morning chanting japa. I go to the cow and, pet the cow, go around the cow and everything and come back. And then the Vastu man visited again, and then he brought his instrument. Then he said, Maharaj, the Vastu is very good. What did you do? I said, I did nothing. No, you've done something. The Vastu is so good, it is like 8.5 out of 10. 85%. Last time I came, it was like 52%. It's 85%. You must have done some. Did you do all the corrections I told you? I looked at him and I said, yeah, some of them I did. Which one you did? And I had hardly done anything much. Then I told him, I actually bought a cow and a calf. They told me this and I set up the Goshala. I think it's because of that. And he said, yes, I also wanted to tell you that. That's a Vastu correction. It's mentioned in the, what is it called? Mahatmya. So cow is so auspicious. It becomes part of your family. In every household, the cow is part of the family. The cow will, can be petted, can be, respected, and it give you blessings. The Ayurvedic doctor told me if you have any sickness, normally the tradition in the villages is they'll go around the cow, feed the cow with something, grass and banana or whatever it is, and they'll go to the cow's ears and say, I have this sickness, I have this problem, and I'm taking your blessing that I want to be cured. Then they will drink cow urine, which is today being all over the world very famous, and people are in the Western world, they want to patent cow urine and everything. And they would, after telling the cow, they'll take the cow's urine. After it is heard, when it passes urine, they'll take that. And they get cured. They get cured. The cow will actually meditate for you and pray for you, and when it passes urine, you can take that and be cured. The Ayurvedic doctor told me. So all this sounded so nice to me. That Krishna's dear animal, right? Cow should be protected, and that's why Krishna is saying that here. So on the Gopastami day, the great celebration is that Krishna graduates to rearing cows. So there's a wonderful pastime I wanted to relate. So what happens today normally in Gopastami days is mostly men and boys together and the cows. Ladies don't come much. It's a boys festival and cows festival. They go to the Goshala, they clean up all their place, they renew everything, paint everything, and they buy new things, and they decorate the cows, and they bathe the cows, they decorate the cows, they give all sorts of things. The cows feel very good. They feed the cows like nothing. And they put handprints on the cow's body. You'll see this in the many of the traditional Goshalas. And Krishna was given special, range of the cows. And this is the first day he took the cows to the forest because he had graduated. Nanda Maharaj specially trained him how to do it and this and that, everything, given special lessons. But in Vrindavan, Gopastami had some other additional pastimes. Number one, Radharani and all the gopis were thinking, we cannot have Krishna's association. We cannot see him with the cows. And today is Gopastami. We want to see with the cows and we also want to be there. Why this festival is not allowed for us? So Radharani, what she did? She dressed like her Subal Shakha, another cowherd boy who's her brother. She looks very much like him. So she put a dhoti. She put this, it looks like this. She's a very young girl, 8 years, 7 years, 8 years in her prime. And in this time, when the same Gopastami time, she's also around that age, 5 years. So she wore a dhoti. And so also did the other gopis. And they got inside and mixed with all the gopas. And they celebrated Gopastami along. So today is the only day you will see all the temples in Vrindavana. Today you go. Today is the only day you can see the lotus feet of Radharani. Otherwise, in all the times, Radharani's feet will be closed. Only Krishna's feet you can see. But today is the only day Radharani's skirt will be a little up and you can see her feet coming out. Everybody goes to darshan today to take the blessing of Radharani because she is dressed as Subal Sakha. Some places they put a dhoti for her and you can see her feet. It's very beautifully done, very nicely dressed, the deities. If you go to some of our websites of the temples in Mayapur and in Vrindavan, you can see the darshan today of Radharani's lotus feet. And I encourage you to do that and take blessings. Very soon in our temple, we are also inviting Shri Radha Krishna to be here, and maybe in the next year and afterwards, you can take that darshan during Gopastami. So it's very beautiful because today is the day, only day you can see in the year, the whole year, today is the only day you can see Radharani's lotus feet. Everybody rushes today for darshan and prays to Radharani, please give me mercy. But actually today is the day of Krishna graduating into rearing cows. So the story is, Nanda Maharaj and Yashodamai are very busy. He's graduating. So Yashodamai makes a big fuss. I want to give my son a new, clothing to wear. I want to give him an extra shawl. I want to give him this. I want to give him that. And she wants to give all sorts of things to her son. And he's receiving everything and say, okay, mama, it's very nice and all that. Then finally she decides they're going to meet an old yogi. They meet astrologer and they say, what all we should do today. And they want to give Krishna shoes. Hereafter, don't go to the forest. You're Nanda Maharaj's son. You're the king's son. Why you have to go barefoot to the forest to rear the cows? So you must wear a shoe. So they made this special shoe. And Yashoda Mai very nicely bought it and said, here, my dear son, put in the shoe. And he put it and said, so nice. He said, hereafter, going every day to the forest, you must wear this shoe. Otherwise, thorns, stones, all this will prick you, and I, can't bear. Even the gopis, when Krishna goes with the cows to the forest, they all come outside to watch. It's a big scene in Vrindavan. This is sunrise, and Yashoda is sending him with his tiffin box and his rope, and it's a big scene. Every household is bringing their son outside, and they're all embracing their son. Be careful, always keep with Krishna, and don't jump around and run around too much. Do this, do that. And then Yashodamai will send and say, wait, and come back again and adjust his face and all that, and kiss him again and embrace him, and said, keep the bag properly, okay. Then she says, wait. And she just doesn't want him to go. Everybody is watching with eyes. They want to watch Krishna and Balarama go with the cows. It's a big scene. And in the evening also, everybody will come and wait for them. When the sunset, they are coming back. Dina parikshaye nila kuntalai vanuruhananam bipradhavratam ghanarajasvalam darshayan muhur manasina smaran virayachasi. The gopis are singing. You say, Dina parikshaye means at the end of the day, nila kuntalai, with your beautiful blue complexion. Vanuruhananam, you're coming back from the forest, from the vana. Bibradavratam, Ganarajasvalam. Dust is being kicked up by the cows, and you are coming with the flute in between that dust, and your face and hair is filled with this Raja of Vrindavana. Ganarajasvalam, Darshayan Muhur. That beautiful face of yours covered with Vrindavan dust against the sunlight, and the cows, you blowing the flute. We want to see that. Darshayan Muhur, that beautiful face, we want to see you. Then Veera Yachasi, oh hero, we are waiting to see. So it's a very beautiful scene. He goes in the morning with the cows, comes back in the evening with the cows. And so Mother Yashoda, everybody comes to see that. And now naturally, she's feeling that my son should wear a shoe. So Krishna tried it out and said, oh, so wonderful. Now, for all my cows, I need shoes. They will also need a shoe. How can I wear a shoe alone? They're all my friends. All the gopas, all the cows. Imagine 9 lakh cows. Each cow has got 4 feet. 9 lakh into 4. Shoes he's asking for. And the father and mother were just wondering, wow, we didn't think of that. And he said, yeah, how can I wear the shoes alone and go? Are they not along with me? Are they not also, part of our family? And he put this big problem on their head. And Nanda Maharaj, who owns all these cows, thinking, yes, my son, you're right. And Mother Yashoda was thinking, oh my gosh, where will I get so many shoes from? And my son will not wear the shoes if I don't give shoes. I really got stuck in it. And she was worried like nothing. And Krishna was watching. Both of them were very worried with this new problem he put on them. And then he's saying, please, Father, please, Mother, give shoes to my cows. And then he started naming those cows. He knows that by heart the names of all his cows. And he's got a special bead. He chants the names of his cows. He knows. Shamala, Mridanga-mukhi. He's got names. Black cow, white cow. Mridanga-mukhi means face like a mridanga. Then he's got the white. He got every cow. He knows the names. And every day he goes to every cow, pets them, talks to them in their ears, rubs them. Every cow he will touch and do it. So how is he going to go without giving this? So she didn't know what to do. And this commotion going on inside the house, other people watched. And the news went to the cows. The cows all heard together. Yashoda is very, very morose because Krishna, you know what he did? She gave, on this beautiful day, Gopastami, he gave shoes, and Krishna said, all my cows should get shoes. And they all started crying. Krishna is so worried about all of us. He won't wear shoes because of us. They all had a big meeting, all the cows together. And Yashoda is very worried. Her son's legs will all be poked by all these, stones and, twigs and thorns and whatnot. So they said they all had a meeting together and they decided something. Whole night, all of them took their hooves and went through the entire pathway of the forest that he goes through and pounded and pounded and pounded it with their horns and their hooves. All of the cows went and did it. Imagine, they ground it up like talcum powder, the entire place. And you could put your leg down, poof, powder will come out. It's so soft, they made it. And they sent word to Krishna and said, you don't need shoes. You tell them you don't need the shoes. We don't need the shoes too. It's so smooth. We did it. And the news came to Krishna and to Mother Yashoda. My son doesn't need shoe because the cows have done this. And it was so emotional. So wonderful are the cows. And Krishna related with them. He said, I can't wear a shoe without giving it to the cows. And therefore, the cows knew the anxiety of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. And they know what Krishna is feeling for them. So they went and did this. And it became like powder. Even today, go for parikrama in the area in Govardhan and distinct places. Now, of course, in the other areas, they put tar road and all and made it more difficult to walk. You will see the sand is so soft. You like to walk barefoot there. It's like powder. It's like talcum powder. So smooth and soft because it was done by the cows. And that happened today. There's one pastime that we hear. So the love of the cows and love of Krishna for his cows. In the evening, he'll call out the names of everybody. There's a place called Ter Kadamba, where he would climb the tree and call the name of every cow and make sure that they are all here. He will count them. Ter Kadamba is a place where he would check on all his cows, whether everybody is there. He would call each one of their names loudly and say, come here, let's go. It's getting late. My mother is waiting. Come here. And all of them will hear Krishna and come. It's time to go. He'll collect all of them together and he will count them one by one. It's easier. He'll call the names, check everything, bring all of them home. Very carefully. Bring all of them. They'll all listen to Krishna. And you bring all of them home. Nanda Maharaj knows that Krishna will do a very good job. He knows all his cows. He loves his cows. This is Krishna. This is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is Parabrahman. This is the person who's speaking the Bhagavad Gita to you. And there he's saying, protect the cows. So most of us, when we go to the Goshala, that's what we do. Gavam kanduyanam kuriyat gograsam go pradakshinam nityam goshu prasannasu gopalo api prasiddhati. Gopalo api prasiddhati. Gopala, Krishna becomes very pleased. If you go and tickle the cows, you feed them, then you go around them and circumambulate them. If you look after the cows nicely, Krishna becomes very pleased. So what this world needs is not to kill the cows. It simply needs to look after the cows, and there'll be so much auspiciousness. So much auspiciousness. Because the embassy of all the demigods are there in it. And the cow gives you, out of affection, gives you milk unlimitedly. It produces much, much more milk than what the calf can drink. Because milk is taken by the human beings. So when they do Goraksha, all these Vaiśyas, they don't simply keep the cow for the milk alone. Whatever excess milk is there, that only they'll take if the cow gives. The cow doesn't give, it's okay. The calf takes everything. I don't mind. I don't think business at all. I just protect the cow. And automatically everything will be auspicious for you in your house. Everything will be wonderful. You'll have plenty to eat. You'll have no problem. Because they simply bother about looking after the cow. Why? The cow is like mother. Cow is one of the 7 mothers as per Vedic culture. You see, it said that Atma Mata Gurur Patni Brahmani Rajapatnika Dhenur Dhatri Tata Prithvi Saptaita Matriha Smrita. Atma Mata, your own biological mother. Your Guru's Patni, wife of the Guru. Atma Mata Gurur Patni Brahmani, the Brahmana's wife, is like your mother. Rajapatnika, the queen, the king's wife, the queen. Then Dhenu, the cow. Dhatri, the nurse who looks after the child. Tata Prithvi, the bhumi, the earth. All these 7, Saptaita Matriha Smrita. They are all your mothers. They should be respected like mother, protected like the mother. So what to speak of the bhumi and how it's exploited? What to speak of the cow, how it's exploited? What to speak one's own mother nowadays? I was just told the last 2 years back, I went to Guruvayur and I was told that many youngsters come with their parents, leave their parents who are very old there and run away. And their parents get admitted in the orphanage. There's an old age home there. And for many years, they don't come and see them so that they get used to it. Then afterwards, they come and see them. Horrible. This is Kali Yuga. So you will do that to your own mother and parents. I'm sure none of you are doing that. But it's coming in that type of culture. Send them off to the old age home. We don't want to see people growing old. They have all sorts of diseases and we have to look after them. We'll give you money, but don't stay with us. They want to see you. Horrible culture. So what to speak of cows, right? So cow should be treated like mother. She gives you milk. And by drinking that milk, you become nourished so nicely. You develop good brain cells. You can understand Bhagavad Gita nicely. Your health becomes very good. And you don't get any diseases like that. So many good things happen to you. So always think of protecting the cow, serving the cow. Anytime any of you would have come and seen a Goshala here. We have beautiful cow, Ganga, Saraswati, and then so many calves. And we have Dharma, the bull, so many others here. You can come and see. We are a nice family. They belong to our family here. And we try to look after them as much as possible. Many devotees come here, feed the cow, help the Goshala. Today is a very big program. And all the cows are decorated. And they are having fun being with the cows. So this Gopastami, dedicated to cows. Krishna's spiritual realm, it's also named after cow. It's called Goloka, cow planet. Prabhupada said, Loka means planet. Krishna has named his planet Goloka. Among the Vaikuntha planets, the center world of the lotus is called Goloka. That's where Krishna is with Nanda, Yashoda, Gopas, Gopis, and the cows and everybody. Surabhi cows, beautiful cows, wish-fulfilling cows, right? So I don't want to exert more the importance of cow protection. You can read a lot about it. ISKCON is dedicated to doing that. Prabhupada wanted us to protect the cows. So many of our devotees pick up cows from here and there and they keep them and protect them. And then we know there are many other Jain community protects cows a lot. There are many other Vaiśyas who earn money. They protect cows. I know here some of our bulls are all given to a very nice person here who has simply bought huge land and simply protects cows from everywhere and anywhere. Anybody brings to him cows, he protects them. He doesn't ask anything. His job is to protect the cows. I'm giving a big chunk of my money to protecting cows. This is Krishna's order to all businessmen. So protecting cows, bulls, oxen, all of them is our duty. We should look after. According to Vedic culture, animals are your brothers and sisters. Cow, of course, is your mother. It's a very superior animal. All other brothers, they're all your brothers and sisters. They're so helpless. You're not supposed to catch them, cut them up, and eat them up. Cultured human beings don't do that. They eat fruits, vegetables, grains, and everything. And they just, be nice to them. They are just spirit souls in other bodies. So a good culture of coexistence, harmonious existence, respect for each other, is what is advocated in the Bhagavad Gita. It's a very high culture. And all the problems of society, climate change, economic problem, all these problems will all go away if you protect the cow. They'll all simply go away if you protect the cow and develop a good relationship. So today is Gopastami. To please Krishna is the business of life. To please Krishna is the goal of life. Haritoshanam. So if we hear about cow and the glory of the Gomata cow, today it's very auspicious. Krishna is very pleased. I spoke this in Sri Lanka. I gave a presentation and showed a whole presentation. I was thinking of showing that here. I thought, okay, forget it. I will just talk. And there the minister, two education minister and another minister and a Buddhist monk was there. He was also an MP. And he got up and he said, I'm very impressed with the Swamiji's presentation. He's come from India. India is adopted, has banned cow slaughter, and we must also do it. And if they can help us to make a petition, we'll do it. And we were very excited about doing it because we also realized that we should protect the cow because we are also originally, Indians and and so many things he spoke. People want to do it in many places and we should encourage it. And because Krishna is becoming very pleased, right? So on this particular day, it is mentioned that Sukla Ashtami Kartiketu Smrita Gopashtami Buddhaihi Tadhinat Vasudevo Abhut Gopah Purvam Tu Vatsapaha. So on the 8th lunar day of the bright fortnight of the month of Kartika is known as by authorities as Gopashtami. From that day, Lord Vasudeva served as a cowherd, whereas previously he had tended the calves, right? So this is an important day today. And we are all praying to Krishna, who is Gopala, Govinda, that we may be instrumental in protecting his cows. So you can do Go Seva, you can, sponsor food for the cows, you can maintain the cow. We have various types of sevas also in the temple. If you go to our website, discourse.com, you can see that there. And every grahastha is encouraged to come and encourage the children to get familiar with the cows. And slowly they become very attracted to these nice animal cows, very dear to Krishna. And this way there's a harmonious coexistence. Cows become part of the family. Cows even shed tears when there is somebody dying in the family. And cows can be told all sorts of miseries and sorrow, and they will commiserate with you, and they'll pray for you, and they will, bring special auspiciousness for you. Cow is all auspicious. Everything about the cow is auspicious. The dung is auspicious. The urine is auspicious. And everything about the cow is wonderful. So on today, this Gopastami day, we want to earn the mercy of Krishna. And therefore, I thought I'll speak about Go Mahatmyam, the glory of the cow. I know there's lots more for me to speak about, but I thought I'll carry this a little bit to you on this auspicious day and get the mercy of Krishna. Om Tat Sat. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gopashtami ki jai. Gopala Govinda ki jai. Nittai Guru Premanande. So I will, before leaving, I will just have you all chant with me a nice mantra glorifying Gopala, all the cows, etc. Govardhanadharam vande Gopalam Goparupinam Gokulotsavamishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. This is glorifying of Krishna in connection with him being the lifter of the Govardhana hill, him being Gopala, one who looks after the cows, and who is the Lord of Gokula, and who is very dear to the gopis. Okay, so repeat after me, join me. Govardhana dharam vande Gopalam Goparupinam Gokulotsavam Shanam Gopika Priyam. Okay, some of you already know this. So I don't know whether you post it for those. I'm posting it up in the chat. For those who don't know, we'll chant it along together. Here it is in the chat. You got it on the chat, so you can repeat for those who don't know. 1, 2, 3. Govardhana dharam vande Gopalam Goparupinam Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Govinda Jaya Jaya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. If there's any question, I'll be very happy to answer it for you. Or any question anybody has. Any question? Okay. Om Tat Sat. Good night. Sweet dreams of Krishna and his cows. Always protect cows. Become dear to Krishna. Jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.